mountain. We shall assemble at the throne with humble hearts into his presence. We bring an offering of song, glory and honor and dominion unto the Lamb, unto the King. Oh, hallelujah, hallelujah. We sing the song of the redeemed. We shall assemble on the mountain. We shall assemble at the throne with humble hearts into his presence. We bring an offering of song, glory and honor and dominion unto the Lamb, unto the King. Oh, hallelujah, hallelujah. We sing the song of the redeemed.
Hi, welcome to Verse of the Day. I'm Brandon Hathaway, the preacher at the Westside Church of Christ in Owensboro, Kentucky. I want to thank you for joining me today as we once more open up our Bibles and study the Word of God. It's always a blessing and encouraging to be able to do this, and always thankful that I was able to figure it all out. It's fun playing around with all this technology. Again, it can be a blessing and a curse, so let us use it for good and continue to spread the Word of God. Today's verse of the day, I've chosen to go into Joshua chapter 5 and verse 12. Joshua chapter 5 and verse 12. This is the book that we're studying in our adult class right now, going through the book of Joshua. And I remember going through this part when we was in class, and first reaction, I kind of threw a joke out there. Well, let me read the verse and then I'll tell you. So, morning, Dottie. So Joshua 5 and verse 12. And that says that then the manna ceased on that day after they had eaten the produce of the land, and the children of Israel no longer had manna, but they ate the food of the land of Canaan that year. And so I remember when we read through it during class, kind of just joked around and said, well, children of Israel are probably happy to finally get different food, something different to eat. And, they've been eating the manna for 40 years. The Lord has produced water in various ways for them. He's given them meat by the birds of the air. And so as we get to this part here, when we're reading that they crossed the Jordan, and as they crossed the Jordan, of course, the miracle that takes place there, and Joshua and the children of Israel setting up the stones. And so you get here, and it tells us they finally eat the food of the land, and the manna ceased. And as I was rethinking that over, the manna was a great blessing from God. It was a gift from God. It was something that they were to take some of the manna and put it into the Ark of the Covenant that they carry around, so that it'd be a reminder to them at all times. It was a huge sign, miracle day after day by God. Of course, only on the Sabbath day was the only day that manna did not come. The day before, they were to grab double manna. It would rot and go bad if you kept it for the next day. It would not work except for the Sabbath. And so you couldn't grab extra in hopes to just not have to gather it tomorrow. And so this was a miracle from God that he had blessed them with to have as they left Egypt. And then as they got in trouble, he continued to give it to them as they wandered in the wilderness for 40 years. It's a blessing. But this blessing had to cease, had to come to an end, so that God could push them into the next blessing that he had prepared for them. And you might say a greater blessing if they were to keep his commandments, because here they're inheriting a land that flows with milk and honey, is the way it's often worded. That this land is a land that they were to inherit, that was promised all the way back to Abraham, that it was just good land. And you got the river that runs along it, the seas that are on the other side, and so it's good land for all things, and they were receiving it. And again, it's a blessing from God. It was a gift to them. Now, it was because of the wickedness of the people that were already dwelling there that they're being chased out. But if they continued in righteousness, this is a blessing from God. And the point that I wanted to make this morning as I was thinking about this verse is that some blessings have to come to an end so that other blessings can begin. You see, the manna had to stop in order for them to inherit this land, in order for them to start receiving the food of this land. Or some blessings stop when other blessings start. It might be that way as you read it, that once they ate the produce, but we sometimes forget about that. We might be enjoying something in our lives and we don't want it to stop, and we're scared for that next chapter. We're scared for that next thing that's going to happen. What will happen if you end up moving, or if you take another job? What will happen, with marriage, or what will happen if you have a child? And so many different things take place that you might be in a good spot in your life right now, or you might have things going well. And with this point, we're scared about what might happen after. Sometimes, in order for another blessing to start, one blessing has to come to an end. It's a simple point of keeping our faith in God no matter what the situation. And the end of the results will come out. And no matter how bad things do get, that there is one blessing that if we remain faithful till the end, that we are all waiting for, is that home in heaven. Where the tree of life is, and the river of life, the water of life there. And so again, blessing upon this earth has to come to an end in order for us to receive the blessing of eternity in the end. I want to thank you for joining me today. I truly hope that you have a good weekend and that you enjoy your life that God has blessed you with. Don't forget to thank Him for allowing you to wake up this morning and allowing us the opportunity to shine our light into this world and to just to be part of His creation. It's just so many things that He blesses us with. Good morning, Dennis. And so I hope that you have a good day, and I hope that you continue to put God first throughout the rest of your day and not just here in the morning. So again, thank you, and I will talk to you tomorrow.